They'll be calling you a radical. Kevin Blanch. Before I get on my Fukushima rant today and the effects of nuclear fallout, like I say, you want to know everything about anybody? Look who and how they mow their lawn. Nuclear fallout activism. This morning I went on a 5K run for a woman I know who's plumb full of this crazy form of leukemia. Grew up right here by me, same age as me. She's been back in Boston, had to pull all her guts out and scrape them, and then because the chemo couldn't get it strong enough in there. I want to talk about the incident of autism, the denial that everybody was in, activism. And we're going to talk to you so-called activists. Number one, I don't invite anybody to this channel. Never have. My Facebook page, I don't send out friend requests. I don't. None of these people came to me. I stood on this island by myself for years. For years. I remember having a conversation with Wallace Stegner when I was going to school at the U. When he was at the U. Sit down right with me. He said, Kevin, you're going to fight one lonely battle. You do know that. I was an autistic kid, severe asthma kid, grew up right there. That's my great-grandparents' house right there. My great-great-grandparents' house right there. My grandparents' house right there. My mom and dad's house right there. Long before my dad died, but I knew of his path. I knew that he'd been nuked in the Nevada test. A drafted Marine, his oldest brother, stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. These are the men that raised me on this ranch, on the ancient lake floor, right here, that's where I'm standing. Right here, the ancient lake floor is right there. Where the delta dumps into the great freaking Salt Lake right there, the bird capital of these corporate welfare farmers right here who call themselves teabagger, more than one's a county commissioner, have drawn off tens of millions of corporate welfare. They're scum. They poisoned, they drained off that entire delta where the whole Great Basin goes, and that's a whole nother rant. But he said, you're gonna stand, you're on an island. Yeah, you're gonna get no credit, you're gonna get no benefits, because I was so venomous and angry. I wanted to know why I had that autistic mind and why I had to go through all that suffering as an autistic kid, as asthma, as I still have autism, as people don't understand autism, I do. So I spent my life, even when I was a derivative trader on Wall Street, as an artist, as all great activists are artists. The greatest activist. If you don't think Rachel Carson was an artist, you better look at that book. You better read that book. You don't think Wallace Stegner was an artist, could be the greatest. And remember this about Wallace Stegner, 99.9% people, even historians and environmentalists, don't know this. Wallace Stegner used to mow Charlie Russell's lawn in Great Falls. That's a fact. That is a fact as a boy. There is one, that has got to be my favorite metaphor in history of all time, even bigger than my Nabisco can, them Chelsea girls, Edie. As you activists, and environmental poison is in our body. I had an argument with this woman's sister today because the open air test in Nevada happened in the perfect place. The perfect place. Why was it the perfect place? Because it rained over Utah. What is Utah? Fairy tale island. The entire thesis of this community, of this state, from the time you're this big, you're brought to believe in fairy tales and total lies. Logic means nothing. So when people get cancer, I was arguing, oh, it's God's will, it's that. When they commit suicide, their kids and blow their heads up. Oh, it's God. And we do have the highest suicide rate in the world. Why does it not show up? I argue with people. It's the way we count it here. You don't think that does not want to be exposed? Oh, our tourist industry is massive here. The fact of the matter is this. Pill overdoses do not get counted as suicides here. That's fact. If they counted those, that's how people kill themselves here. This is the pill-popping capital of the world. It is the suicide. It is repression. They're taught to believe in fair. This is what these Mormon people do. Oh, my family member got cancer. Oh, well. So it's the perfect place. This is not a commentary of mine. As I spent my life trying to prove why is right here the autism capital of the world. Why? Why? This is not commentary. This is documentary. And this And everybody says, oh, you know, this woman told me, well, that's quite a commentary. And I said, it's not a commentary. It's not a commentary. It is where the wind blows. Richard Miller, Wallace Stegner turned me on to Richard Miller when I was young. His daughter, in 1986, he proved it, the map. Talked to Carol Gallagher. Now there's one. There's the only one I've ever known. I don't know if she remembers this. She probably doesn't remember this. But she autographed her book for me a long time ago. I went to her book signing. I showed up. She autographed it to my mom. She stood alone. She's the only one I know. The only one in the world. As so many people have jumped on this bandwagon. Well, let me tell you something, you bandwagon jumpers. I'm going to tell you what Wallace Stegner told me to my face. Activism is a lonely path, and it's a dangerous path. You're going to get no rewards, you're going to get no credit, you're going to get nothing, and you're going to get attacked in every way you could ever dream of. You're going to get attacked. This teabagger over here, he thinks he's doing a good thing. He's got his freaking making his kid mow my mom's lawn with his rag lawnmower. He knows I'm shooting this video, that's why he's doing it. But anyway, there we go back to lawn mowing again. It's a thankless song, and you know what? As I told somebody yesterday, all these fucking people have jumped on this, but they're going to go away as soon as this fades down and dies down. Like they did it. You got to remember, the marches in Manhattan. Over 1 million people marched in Central Park in 1982. There were massive marches all over this country. It all went away. I have always been there. I will always be there. I rant, rave, carry on, then I get it. My father died of this. I was an activist long before his death. It impassioned me. Have I got the poetry of anger? Oh, do I have the poetry of anger? As I listened to somebody say, well, I don't know. It enters autism 1 in 44 in Utah. The national mean 1 in 88. The world mean 1 in 38. Thyroid cancer. My thesis that I've worked on for years in a PhD study, extremely heavily researched, 20 years worth of data, confirms exactly what Richard Miller's research confirmed. Identical. That where it rained and where it came after the test, the incidence of thyroid cancer, the incidence of leukemia has went dramatically up. As the incidence of leukemia and thyroid cancer is going up now, right here, right now, from Fukushima. It is accumulating. That's what everybody's been screaming. That's what people don't understand. That nuclear faultness is accumulating. It is accumulating. We all have those Nevada test centers. We have Los Alamos in us. We had Hiroshima in us. We have all the small leaks in us. It slowly builds up more. Every time you get an X-ray, it's slowly building up. So much in the atmosphere. We all have Chernobyl, a lot of Chernobyl in us, by the way. We have a massive amount of Fukushima and more. And these dynamic, creative, crazy cancers are showing up like crazy right now. They're so, I mean, along this stage forward, but perfect, these Mormons, and you know, the Mormons aren't Christians, you know, they call me one, they're not Christians, but neither are the evangelicals, neither are the Protestants, neither of any of them in the United States. They're masquerading, hair-sprayed, marauding murderers. Murderers. Churchgoers, as churchgoers, 85% on board for Bush the second time. You are mass murderers. You are, look, if you think driving around with the yellow ribbon, it's like this fundraiser I went. These people, I try to talk candidly, people organize, they don't even know anything about it because it is self-justification. That's all those people are doing, is justifying their own existence. Just like putting the yellow ribbon on your car when you are a conspirator to mass murder. They had no weapons of destruction, everybody knew it. As they dropped those fucking bombs and mass murdered fucking millions of people. You did it, you churchgoers. You so-called, you are not Christians. You're devils. You're fucking devils, all of you. You're fucking devils. You know, you argue me a lot, but all you activists, know this. These people, you think they're just going to leave you alone? If you start to get any traction in your writings, or your vlogs, or YouTube, I know. Oh, I've been attacked. These people know me personally. The IAA, the NRC, the whole industry. This is nothing new to me. I filed lawsuits. I had the Justice Department come to my house, sit on my couch, in the big house, in 2002. Come and sit down with me. Had a long talk with me, an agent from the Justice Department. As I filed litigation over and over, I've sued them. I'm responsible for most of this video you watch. That's me. That's me. I've been involved in this from day one. As Wallace Stegner told me to my face, Kevin, this is a thankless job, and they will attack you. They do not play fair. They will attack you hard. You're going to get attacked. Don't kid yourself. We are making traction. Us group of we are making traction out there. Our voices get waking a lot of people up, and I know that for a fact. I put on that hat and I show up someplace, you would not believe the people that show up and talk to me. You would not believe, oh, you're Kevin Blanch. They recognize the hat. Every place I go. Right here in good old freaking Kool-Aidville, Nutcaseville. Oh, it's God's will. Highest leukemia in the world. Highest thyroid in the world. Highest autism. We don't vaccinate at any different rate than the national mean. None. Our gene pool is as diverse as any on earth. I proved it. It's not a comment. This is documented proof. My study confirmed Richard Miller's study. Richard Miller's study confirmed Einstein's study. Einstein's freaking study gives credence to Oppenheimer's thesis. It gives credence to Edward Abbey's writing, which you do know Abbey is Stegner's protege. Utah himself, as these people have names and address. These are all people here. You gotta remember where I went to school you gotta remember I was a long-haired, blonde-haired artist when I was young. But I was different. I was a tree hugger, but I was the different tree hugger. I love the birds. I grew up on this hill. I have a passion for the blue herons. I have a passion as I've fought these corporate drainers off. And I'm not done with them. I am not done with them. I'm just getting started. So I have to live to tell. I'm not a freaking soft tree hugger. I'm a tree hugger. But I fight. One last thing. Tim DeChristopher, the young activist. I love that young man. I love that. And if you don't think these fuckers don't play fair, look what they did to him. But he didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. Now he's in prison, they put him in. And I can prove who put him into solitary. Oh yeah, from here. From here. Oh, do they hate me? And you know what, they're gonna tee me up someday. There's no doubt they're gonna tee me up someday. As Cornell says, oh, they sent you leukemia in the mail. Maybe, maybe. But my attorneys talk to me. He says, Kevin, you know they control the courts here. You know they control the police force here. You know, I says, I know. But I have to fight this fight. I have to fight this fight. What is my agenda? My life. I'm trying to stay alive. I'm full of AML leukemia. To justify the death of my father. He did not die in vain. All these people. I remember Walt Stegner. I'll get this picture, show it, put his arm around me, and he says, Kevin, I hope you can freaking build a whole army of people just like you, as we have a small army. These corps people who are trying to, and you know what? I'm not a general. I'm not even a corporal. I'm not even a colonel like my uncle who lives right there. Who was a POW in Nam, who turned down a contract in the NFL to go to freaking Nam. Oh no, I'm not one of those guys. I'm a foot soldier. I'm a ground soldier. I'm in that trench since 1916. Oh yeah, in your head, in your head. That's me. You will see. You will see. That is me. Me. I am we. Kevin Blanch.